Hello, this is Catherine Dubberly, the Answer Lady. I'm a big fan of Kiss Looms. I greatly enjoy mine, and I am cooperating with Kelly at Kiss Looms to make you a playlist of all the basic techniques that you might ever want to know on all of the looms. So welcome and enjoy.
Let's talk about knitting around the corners on a Kiss setup like this one. You're looking at the small gauge loom. It has 4 washers between each pin board and each peg board. You can look down into the space created by them there. So I'm actually able to knit a bulky yarn on it. I'm knitting a number 5 yarn right now. Here's the area where I've been knitting around the corner, and you can see there is nothing to tell you that on the fabric. So it does a perfect job of making the stitches the same size going around here as going around these pegs. But confusion about this is what makes some people wish Kiss made a round loom. In truth, they really don't need to, because this works so darn well, and that leaves us the ability to adjust both the gauge, which is the space between the 2 boards, and the number of stitches, which if I wanted to change, I could loosen these and slide things around. But that's for another video. Let's knit around the corner together right now. Normal U-wrap, normal U-wrap, normal U-wrap. Now, as usual, I go behind the pin, around the next peg, and keep going. I'm going to knit those over. It looks a little bit different as you do it, but if you just keep in mind that on a Kiss you always go in front of the peg, behind the pin, in front of the peg, behind the pin, all the way around. Now, how do we know that these are aligned so that they get the same stitch size? On this loom setup, it works perfectly to just align the pins. You have a line that's naturally aligned. You couldn't make them any different because they're all on one board. This doesn't have stitches on it, so this is what we're looking at over here, in case you have trouble visualizing. They're all lined up like this. Of course, this pin is not on the same board, so you adjust it and then tighten it down, being sure not to over tighten, to make sure you have the line of pins that was on the board exactly aligning with the pin that's on the next board, making a right angle. Now, if you want to double check that this is a fact, you can use the fancy measuring device I showed you in the other around the corner video. Lay a loop of yarn on one peg, wrap it as though making a stitch, pinch it with your fingertips. That's how much yarn you're using to get from one peg to the next. Is it the same? Yes, it is. When I'm going around the corner, I'm still getting to the same spot on my fancy device. And the proof is in the knitting. You cannot find my corner. I can't even find it. So that's good news. Knitting around the corner is no problem.